how was practice today post Utah?
You know, I thought we responded to a tough weekend. Not a lot of sleep, I think, by players and coaches. I know I didn't get to bed just because my mind couldn't turn off, but that's got to move on, and I thought we responded to today in practice well.
Where do the wide receivers need to improve, in your opinion?
I think we need to make our quarterback right on a lot of plays. I think he's playing his tail off, running around, taking hits, and I think we got to start making plays for him. All around, you know, Cody's done a good job in Mitch this last game, but I think as a whole we can make our quarterback right on certain plays. We're working on timing just because I think our routes have to happen a little quicker, and I think that will help Taysom to get in a rhythm. So I just think as a whole we need to help our quarterback out a little bit more.
Why have there been so many drops?
You know, it's technique. A lot of it just has to do with eyes. I don't think nerves have much to do with it. I know this last game, some of the timing was a little off on depth on routes and other things, and as I said, that's on us. That's not so much on Taysom. And so I know a lot has been said about the completion percentage, and I think a lot of accountability should be on us for not only drop balls but making plays for the QB.
So how do you go about addressing specific things? What do you do?
You know, we focused a lot more on the passing game today, and I think as time goes on, the chemistry is going to improve. I think the first two games we didn't throw the ball as much and as we did this last game versus Utah, and a lot of it because we didn't need to. When you run for 500 yards, you don't need to throw the ball that much. And so I think from the first few weeks in fall camp when we were throwing it all over the place, the focus has kind of turned to the run game, and we've improved there. Now it's time to get back on track with the passing game.
Are you guys as surprised as everybody else is that the offense isn't clicking like maybe you had thought it would?
Yeah, no, that is a surprise. I think we anticipated putting a lot of points on the board, and I think we definitely have the potential to. It's still early in the season, a lot of games to be played, and I think we'll get it together.
TV cameras showed some disagreements on the sidelines between the receivers and Taysom. Is that a problem? Is that been smoothed over? Or?
No, I wouldn't say disagreements. I think it's just getting on the same page a little bit, seeing a lot of when we come off the sideline, it's just telling him what we see because it happens so much faster for him, and we're only really looking at one or two guys where he's reading the whole defense. So we were trying to just let him know what we thought would work, and we shared that not only with him but with Coach and I. And we as receivers talk about what the DBs are doing because, you know, they substituted 3 or 4 guys out at the corner spot, and we're doing different things with playing off and press. So just not really disagreements, but communicating what's going on out there.
What's the relationship like when you have to have discussions like that? I mean, is everybody pretty receptive to it without taking it personally?
Yeah. No one takes offense to correction or opinions or thoughts because we all want to move the ball down the field and score. So we got good personalities and people who are united in effort to win games. And unfortunately, we didn't get one this last weekend, but we're doing what we can now to change that as we move forward.
Bronco said this was the deepest receiving core he's had in his 8 years. Mm-hmm. Is your guys' confidence still up there, or has it been nicked pretty good with this?
I think our motivation has changed because I think we may have gotten a little comfortable with how we played at the early part of fall camp, and I think now it's time for us to really step up. The pressure's on us, and I think the attitude, the mindset right now is that we're going to do that.
When you've got a team coming in like Middle Tennessee State, not necessarily a big name team, do you have to fight to not overlook them or to take them lightly, things like that?
Well, they're very athletic. From what we've seen today and what the coaches shared with us, they got speed. They're a good team. And played well against a big program. So we're not taking them lightly at all, planning to play our best game coming this Friday.
Defensively, I think they're giving up just about 30 points a game. I mean, you guys you anticipate there being opportunities for you guys to get back on track offensively?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we expect that every game, whether that's Utah, Middle Tennessee, or Notre Dame as the season goes on. We want and walk into the stadium expecting to score points.
How taxing is it to have the quick turnaround?
You felt it a little bit in practice today, but I think we'll be all right. Late game Saturday, 1 day off. That's going to be taxing on anyone. So, but we'll be in a good spot to play this Friday.
Your role as a team captain, what does that entail after a loss like that for you personally?
I think a lot of it for the leaders on the team has to do with our mindset, attitude, and the way we go out and practice. a big part of our success on the weekends depends on how we practice day in and day out. And so I think a large part, my role and the other leaders on the team is just to push guys to move forward and practice hard, so that our preparation will, transition to the game.